I'm only mostly unhealthy. Now, you may have seen my post earlier that says that I hope you are already having a really great 2024. I know we're only a few days into it, but you never know. Some good things could have already happened. Myself, we got a really great New Year's Eve. We used it as Christmas, so we had time with the family. My daughter stayed up till midnight. The dogs did not bark too much because the fireworks were not too awful. And then my husband and I both got sick. It's been a fun few days as we're trying to get better. I do have enough of a voice and don't sound quite so ridiculous that I thought I would try and make at least one video this week for my Outlander survivalists. And Stars gave us a little something fun for the end of 2023, so I'm going to share that one first. So Stars put together this little in memoriam. I believe there's a couple of other things that they have. A bunch of pictures in a nice little slideshow. At first, of course, we have the loss of Alan Christie. In memoriam to Alan Christie, he could not live. In memoriam, Richard Brown, good riddance. In memoriam, the Fraser family unit. In memoriam, Wendigo Donner, played with fire. In memoriam, Mrs. Bug, gone too soon, or at least by accident. In memoriam, Jamie and John's continued association. Oh, by the way, did I tell you there's going to be spoilers later in the video, so watch for the spoilers in case you don't want to be spoiled about what's going to happen on the B-sides of season 7. In memoriam, Walter Woodcock, may he dance in heaven. Yes. In memoriam, Lieutenant Sandy Hammond, killed in the line of duty. Oh, and yeah, what a way to go. In memoriam, Brigadier General Simon Fraser died among his comrades. Again, a really, really good scene with Sam. I'm still very impressed with how that came out. In memoriam, Rob Cameron, once I get my hands on him. Like I said, B-side spoilers coming up. Now I'm going to move along to some images from Graham McTavish because, well, he is always good for traveling, as I've said many times before, and I love to share the pictures that he is just so nice to share with us. So another classic Graham post here. I'm going to read what he says. Graham McTavish, as 2023 comes to an end and 2024 comes hard on its heels, I had a wee look back. Castles, A Certain Wedding, the second season of Men in Kilts, surviving the second season of Men in Kilts, Precious Time with My Bride, Grants Adore, and I'm always saying it wrong, I'm sure, and my family having this crazy idea to launch my own bourbon, The War Chief, sharing season 3 of The Witcher with everyone, and Casey Claire 1 with her ever more fabulous costumes, publishing my third book with my partner in kilts, Sam Heughan, and most importantly, beautiful sunsets. See you in the new year. Witcher Netflix, McTavish Spirits, Men in Kilts. Yes, of course, many hashtags and such. And so these are the images that he has shared over the last year. It's nice to have a look back at some of his best works, I'm assuming. And again, this is a beautiful scene. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, he's looking back. That is his wedding, I believe. I love the black and white. And he's having some fun here. Somebody's, it says cross their legs in a funny way behind him. And our man Sam with Graham here. I don't know what they're looking at down there. I think we'll have to have another look at Men in Kilts and figure out what are they looking at on the ground. I'm sure somebody here will tell me. Another beautiful sunset, sunrise, just a beautiful view. And another beautiful view of a happy couple. This wasn't their honeymoon. Maybe it was their honeymoon. It's an outing, and it looks like a beautiful place to be outing. Of course, we all know about the book. If you haven't gotten your copy, of course, it's still available. Another sunrise, sunset, one of the two. Beautiful view. Again, Graham loves to take these amazing pictures and shares them. And he has an eye for a certain kind of look, so we get a lot of sunsets and sunrises. And occasionally advertisements for things we already know about. Very fun. But again, like that image with Sam on the bus, it's got to be weird to just walk around and be like, oh, there I am. And there he is. Very nice image to end it off with. Possibly my thumbnail. What do you think? Well, you already know. And I've got another image here, a show of support we love to see behind the scenes of the cast members of Outlander. A little bit of now and a little bit of then. A little bit of coming to us here in the future. Anyway, take a look at this for just a minute. And so this one is from Outlander Online says, Tim Downey and Duncan LaCroix show up to support Caitlin O'Ryan at her poetry open mic today for Voice and Power in London, and we love to see it. A Rose Between Two Thorns by Tim Downey, I'm guessing is what she read. Tim Downey, IGS, Caitlin O'Ryan, Duncan LaCroix are the two ads in there. And then, of course, a whole bunch of hashtags, including some Outlander stars, Murtaugh Fitzgibbons, Governor Tryon, in case you're not sure who's playing who. And, of course, we've got Lizzie in there. Everybody's having a good time. I am, at least they sure look like it. I wish they'd shared a few more images, but like I said, the whole point of this is that they support each other off screen, which I think is very cool. All right, next up, I've got a little Sam, but it is a throwback. I thought we'd get a kick out of this interview. Let's watch.
You're not as ginger as I thought. You're not as Scottish as I thought. Where's the kill? And, yes, I just shot this independent movie in Los Angeles, and I had, well, as much as I could grow a beard, a full-on beard, I went a bit incognito, and that was fantastic to be able to sort of go under the radar. I mean, I'm really boring that I love that kind of stuff. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think I'll send her the series and then not speak about it again. But I mean, to be honest, she's seen worse. We're not like digging holes or saving people's lives, but it is some, you know, an experience that we go through together, and so we're there for each other, and it feels like we've built up this relationship, this level of trust. I love the horse riding, and I love the physical stuff and the outdoor stuff, and it's incredible. And I also particularly enjoy any days that I'm with the other Highlander boys. And the days I dread, I mean, you know, the more intimate or more graphic scenes are, you know, just a challenge.
And this one is a little bit more recent.
It's bittersweet. Yeah. It's been 8 seasons. Well, this will be the 8th one. It's been 10 years of my life.
It's a long time, isn't it?
I'll be looking for a new job, Simon. And
slide in the DMs.
Yeah.
I think Mission Impossible too for 10 years.
Wow.
No, it feels like it.
Yeah, it probably does. Yeah. Or it's just incredible, and it's been an amazing journey. But it'll be sad to say goodbye to the ginger wig.
And there we go with the wig again. In case you missed it, I apologize for an earlier mistake about Sophie's wig, because she wears one. But thought we'd have a little throwback, and that's a slightly newer but almost throwback. Not a lot from our actors this week. I wasn't expecting tons because obviously they're having fun with their families if they're lucky, and they should be. But I do have a little bit more. I think I have for spoilers. So right now, if you don't want, and especially if you haven't read the books and don't know what could possibly be included and you don't want to know, then I want to thank you so much for joining me so far in this video. I appreciate your view. Please like below if you enjoy the format, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Be aware that I've got a few other things I'm going to be talking about as well coming up this new year, but do be aware that you will get notifications when I have Star Trek videos or anything else as well. But I do hope I do see you again for a Outlander video. Now, for everyone else, I do have a little bit of a rule that I try to stick to. I try not to reveal too much about what I think the season is going to have coming up unless somebody else has already talked about it. I've read the books, but I don't have them memorized, and I don't want to guess what would be the most important for our creators to include. But if Business Insider wanted to write an article and I thought it was worth talking about, well, this is the perfect place to do that. So, spoilers coming up right now. Sorry, my nose is starting to stuff up, so bear with me, and I will try to get through this last bit before my voice goes, and I have no ability to talk normally. What is coming up in the second half of season 7? That is the big question. And, well, I feel like it's okay to at least reveal what Business Insider has decided is worth discussing. Now, first of all, we have to be happy that it has been confirmed that 2024 is the year that the B-sides will be aired. That means, according to Business Insider, we could have only a few weeks, I doubt it, or just several months to wait. That makes more sense. If it were a few weeks, we would have heard by now. Even Starz doesn't wait until 3 weeks before it airs to let us know. My hope is it will come sometime, maybe in summer, possibly spring, but my guess would be summer, just to give us a longer space as they edit and get us ready for season 8, which Yeah, that's not going to be out until 2025. I mean, realistically. And of course, the first half of season 7 included a brother Snow and Ashes and a little bit of an Echo in the Bone, as the article says, thank goodness, so that I can refer to it, because I do get the book names a little mixed up after so many times saying them. We know that at the end of the A-sides of season 7, all of our characters are in Scotland. We've got Claire, Jamie, Ian, everybody's gone to Scotland, all of our main characters, I should say. And of course, the Mackenzies have already been in Scotland, just in the future. So everything that we will be seeing, at least at the beginning, we do expect to be taking place in Scotland. But what will some of those big events be? Well, one sad event we do expect to be seeing is Ian saying his final farewell. Not young Ian, his father. We expect that that will help prompt Jenny to decide to go visit the Americas. Though there is a little more to it, we just don't know if it'll all be included in the B-sides. Now, we have it on good authority that one of the storylines that I've been looking forward to, this very strange triangle that has sort of been happening, but not in the same way for some time, will happen on screen in real life. As our Claire and Jamie are separated for a time, Claire thinks he may have perished and needs to seek safety under the protection of someone else. Meanwhile, Jamie is looking forward to being reunited with his wife, only to find some complications when he gets back. Now, of course, on the B-sides, we also expect to be seeing our new Jenny. Again, Jamie's coming over separately with Jenny, so while they may not do the exact same splitting up on the series, that's what we expect. So, Claire on one boat, Jamie on another, craziness ensues. Now, for everyone who wondered why I kept showing Lauren Lyle and Caesar Dogboy, since they aren't on the second half of the season, they are in the storyline in the book. So I'm cheating, and I really like them, so they keep getting a little bit of air here because, you know, I like them. But we already know that they will not be appearing on the B-sides, which is just a shame. I will be missing them. Now, of course, we do know we will be seeing Lord John again. Yes, David Barry will be coming back to us. He will be helping to establish some part of the storyline, I believe, that is part of that fun triangle we've been enjoying. But in the books, Lord John is the one who tells Claire that it's possible that Jamie has died, and there's this whole issue now. And I don't really see any reason why that would change on screen. It would make sense. So that part I do think will still happen. And this is where our triangle takes a mild twist, where we expect Claire will marry Lord John for the protection that he provides her, with some other stuff that I don't know if that's the way they're going to go, so I'm not going to say anything, having to do with the fact that Jamie is obviously no longer her husband because he's been killed at sea. Except he hasn't really been killed at sea, and oh boy, isn't that going to be fun when he shows up. And then finally, of course, Mr. Bug will be making an appearance to keep his word to young Ian. How they'll play that out on screen again, anyone knows. However, we do know the storyline will be followed. They've basically teased it at the beginning of the first half of the season, so we know what's going to happen. Rather, it'll still be William who thwarts Mr. Bug's plan, or if something else happens, who can tell. Again, it's kind of up to the creators. And I don't know if you can hear, but Bear is having a great time. He got groomed today, and he is now playing with his brother and sister. Sissy also got groomed, and she looks lovely. But Rachel obviously ends up being the middle of all of this, and that will be playing out on screen, we do believe, on this second half of season 7 as well. And another part of the storyline that we do believe will be followed, because they started it in the first half, is going to be Rob Cameron and his time-traveling adventure. Not. Yes, we're due to find out that Rob never actually traveled back in time, neither did Jemmy. But of course, Buck and Roger have time-traveled and are now back in time at Lollybrook, just not at the right time. They are greeted by none other than Brian. That's Jamie's dad to you and I, and so that is why we get that new face in the crowd. And he may or may not meet a certain doctor who kind of causes more trouble than he's worth as far as Roger's understanding of time travel and what's going on. This is, of course, also when we expect him to be running into Galus and Dougal and anybody else that is returning from the past. So it should be an interesting kind of introduction for Roger to all of these people. With Galus, of course, he's met. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see it play out on the screen for us. We're also going to expect William parentage, which I don't know if they will do that necessarily the same. I think Bev and I discussed it once, but I'm not going to get into that unless I hear any specific plot lines revealed as to how he finds out. But we find that out as well this season, which of course is going to change the relationship for a lot of people, not just Jamie and William. And we're expecting to meet a few new characters. Some of the names that may or may not be familiar, depends on your book and if you've read any of the John Gray books, if you've paid any attention to the spoilers and stuff. But we've got one of the Gray brothers. We got Hal coming. We've got Dorothea Dottie Gray, who is Henry Gray's daughter, who will also be making an appearance. Henry and his daughter both. And of course, Mercy Woodcock. I've said before, I'm excited to see how much we see of her backstory. I always like getting as much insight as I can into what have been the normal lives of people back at the time and from different perspectives. So to get a freed Black woman's perspective in the story, to me, it's fascinating, it's interesting, and hopefully educational. Because, yeah, I'm just a big old nerd. But we do expect these new additions to add an extra layer to the story, possibly complicate things even more than marrying your best friend's wife. It's a whole thing. So yeah, that is everything that this article goes over. So everything that I feel comfortable opening up about and revealing to you, in case you have not read the books and are just really want to know something about what's coming up. If you want more details, let me know below. Hopefully that will stir on some comments and discussion. I don't know how much I will say in the videos that isn't printed online and easy to access, but I do hope it wets your whistle for the next part of this season. I'm so tired of saying the B-sides of season 7. Just give me a season to talk about a whole one all at the same time. So 8 episodes is what we are expecting. Sometime I'm hoping by summer at the very latest, giving us the 8th season in 2025. Gosh, I hope they don't make us wait any longer. I think I at one point said it could be 2026, but that was when we didn't know if the strikes would be over before the end of the year. They were over in October. Things were able to get back on schedule. So I think we are good for a 2025 release. I want to thank you so much for joining me up until the end of the video. I do apologize if I sound a little silly. I'm going to do my best to make sure this video does get out on Thursday by the usual time, but if it is a little late, please forgive me. I have been sleeping kind of whenever my body says, Katie, go to sleep, in the hopes that I don't come back with a bout that lasts another 6 days. Right now, I'm on the healing side. So if you enjoyed this video, enjoy the format, you heard the whole spiel earlier. Please take a moment, and I want to thank my patrons, thank my members, thank everyone who's viewed. Thank everybody who is ready for a new year of getting through Droughtlander, because even when we do get new videos, I'll be at this again as soon as the season is over. Oh, it's fun. And if you enjoyed this video but want to get more Droughtlander, please check out any of my other videos. If you have an interest in Star Trek, I covered that as well. I do hope to be talking about a few other shows as we come up, though not a weekly update, just some reviews and discussions. So please make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. Check out any other videos right here, and I will see you there. So I'm going to say a few more times just because it's super fun to say We know that our characters ended. We know that our characters. I can't say my M's anymore. My nose has got all stuffy.